Welcome into TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Saints and the Vikings. And welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. The Saints and the Vikings, two teams going in opposite directions. The Saints at 5-1, the Vikings at 1-5. The Saints will get the ball first. We're underway in the rain from Minneapolis. Miles will take a knee in the end zone, touchback. New Orleans will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. New Orleans led by their starting quarterback, Peyton Hicks, in his second year out of Tennessee. These were both playoff teams last season. In fact, this is a rematch of the NFC wildcard game from last season where the Saints upset the Vikings. Evil Dead's taking the Vikings -6, over-under at 48. I'm going to take... I think Minnesota comes back and wins this game. I'll take it. I'm going to go with the under, though. I'll go Vikings -6. Hicks under center on first down. Hicks drops back, looks downfield, throws, incomplete. Let's take a look at the Saints' offense. Up front, Colson, Nix, Myers, Evans, and Toomer. And then it's Hawks, Floyd, Wilder, Ward, and McAllister. 2nd and 10 for the Saints at their own 25-yard line. This is going to be one of those midnight special games that's going to end after midnight Eastern, but that's all right. 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks to Wilder, and James Wilder across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Kind of a cold night here in Minneapolis. It's 44 degrees with showers. 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks will drop back. Steps up, throws outside. Caught by Wilder. He's out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A gain of 5 yards and a New Orleans first down. James Wilder, the second year back out of Tennessee. The Saints have more Tennessee players than any other team. Their roster's just full of Tennessee players. For some reason, I don't know why. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Peyton Hicks, the quarterback, under center. Hicks to Wilder, and Wilder a couple of yards to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. Let's take a look at the Vikings defense. The Vikings play a 4-3. Edwards, Seymour, Vernon, and Hull up front. The linebackers are Rawlings, Martin, and Lawrence. And the secondary, Bell, Monroe, Jones, and Hewitt. A gain of 3 yards, officially 2nd and 7 for the Saints at their own 40-yard line. Opening drive of the ball game. The 5-1 Saints, the 1-5 Vikings. 5 receivers wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks drops back, throws downfield. It's caught by Hawks. They're not going to catch him. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Saints. Logan Hawks, 60 yards. The 5th-year receiver out of Syracuse. A 60-yard touchdown catch. And the Saints take the early lead, 6-0. And New Orleans made it look easy. It took them 6 plays, and they get the touchdown. And now Marcus Young will come on for the extra point. Young for the PA team. The kick is up. And it's good. Saints lead at 7-0. 6:39 left to play. Here in the first quarter. Live from TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our Week 7 Monday Night Football game here at Jammin' Sports to wrap up the week. Our third game of the night. And the Saints take an early 7-0 lead. New Orleans, if they can win this game, let me look at the standings to make sure this is right. I got it down here. New Orleans comes in at 5-1. The Falcons are 5-2, a half game back. So if New Orleans wins, they'll stay in first place in the NFC West. If not, they'll be tied with the Falcons if the Vikings win this game. Young will kick off. Fielded by Barker at the 7-yard line. Aaron Barker, the former Jet, brings it out to the 29-yard line. First down, Minnesota. Aaron Barker, the fifth-year receiver out of Pittsburgh. Starting quarterback for Minnesota, Kevin Bickford, in his 7th year out of Army. And of course, we all know the all-world running back, Anthony Lambos, for the Vikings. First and 10 from the 29-yard line. Saints up 7-0, 6:36 left here in the first quarter. Vikings come out. In the offset eye, Bickford under center. Bickford drops back. Throws, dumps it off to Olzos, the tight end, out to the 32-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 yards. Let's take a look at the Vikings offense. Up front, Long, Blanchard, Valentine, Strong, and Brocious. And then it's North, Hinson, Lambos, Underwood, and Monterey. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Saints took the opening kickoff, drove down the field, got a touchdown. This is the Vikings' opening drive. A rematch of last season's NFC wildcard. 4 receivers wide, Bickford in the gun. Bickford to Lambos, and Lambos gets out to the 36, a gain of 4 yards. Here's the Saints defense. New Orleans plays a 4-3. Martin, Barnett, Wilkes, and Belt up front. The linebackers are Winter, Moore, and Bryant. And the secondary for the Saints, Saxon, Bates, Atkins, and Clements. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Vikings at their own 36. Big third down for Minnesota right here. 4 receivers wide. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford drops back. Throws down the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Gene Atkins. Incomplete. Intended for Underwood. He overthrew him. And Atkins, playing center field, nearly caught it. Atkins, the 9th-year safety out of Ohio State. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Minnesota's going to have to punt. The Vikings won on opening day against Chicago, but have since lost 5 in a row. The Vikings are 1-5 coming in. The Saints are 5-1 in first place in the NFC West. Zach Young back to punt. Gets the punt away. And that's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. So the Saints will take over at their own 20-yard line, up 7-0. 5:28 left here in the first quarter. Our Week 7 Monday night game to wrap up the week. We'll be back on Saturday night. We'll have the Redskins and the Lions on Saturday. That'll be 9 Eastern. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 receivers spread wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks Hands off to Wilder, and James Wilder out to the 26-yard line. A gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4. We'll be off tomorrow night. I have high school football on the radio tomorrow night. And again Saturday afternoon. I hope to be back Saturday night with the Redskins and the Lions to start week 8. 2nd and 4. Hicks throws, gets it out to Ward, and Ward takes a big hit from Ty Martin, the linebacker. Martin in his 2nd year out of Tennessee. Incomplete pass. Bobby Ward, also from Tennessee, the 13th year tight end. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Saints at their own 26-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks drops back, throws downfield. It's intercepted by Monroe. The Vikings get it back, and Monroe brings it back to the 29-yard line. Montel Monroe, the 4th-year safety out of Florida State, intercepts. And the Vikings will have it at the New Orleans 29-yard line, down 7-0. There's a light rain falling here tonight in Minneapolis. Not a heavy rain, but a light rain. As the Vikings offense comes back out. A golden opportunity for Minnesota now at the New Orleans 29-yard line. 4:52 here in the first quarter. Vikings come out 1st and 10. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford under center. Bickford rolls out. He's going to throw downfield to Darren Kell, the tight end, down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. Darren Kell, one of my Army guys in the 7th year out of Army, the tight end. On the tackle, number 55, Terry Bryant, the linebacker, the 7th-year linebacker out of Fresno State. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Minnesota at the 20-yard line. Vikings trying to tie it up. Bickford under center. Bickford hands off to Lambos. Lambos inside the 10, bulldozing his way down to the 6-yard line. A 14-yard run by Anthony Lambos, the 3rd-year running back out of Coastal Carolina. The all-world running back. Here's an interesting stat for you. The Vikings, when they won on opening day against the Bears, Lambos had 148 yards rushing. In the 5 losses, Lambos has not gotten over 100 yards. In fact, the most he's gotten was 79. 1st and goal from the 6. Bickford under center. Hands off to Lambos. Touchdown! Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run by Anthony Lambos. And the Vikings can tie it up with the extra point. Lambos got 79 yards against the Browns back in week 3, I believe that was. And that's the most he's had since opening day. Tom Davidson for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Vikings and Saints tied at 7, 3:50 left. Here in the first quarter. Live from TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7, our Monday night football game here at Jammin' Sports. The final game of Week 7. We'll start Week 8 on Saturday with the Redskins and the Lions. Tom Davidson, the 7th-year kicker out of UCLA, will tee it up for the Vikings here in the rain. There's the kick. This will be fielded by Jefferson, 2 yards deep, over the 15, 20, 25, 30. And Tim Jefferson, the 3rd-year receiver out of Ohio State, brings it out to the 31-yard line. Peyton Hicks will come back out. He threw a pick his last time. The second-year quarterback out of Tennessee. Our midnight special game for you here on this Thursday night, as we're closing in on midnight on the East Coast. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Hicks under center. He's got Jefferson in motion. Hicks will drop back. Throws downfield. It's caught. No, it's intercepted again by Dial this time. The Vikings pick it off again. Dion Dial, number 59, the linebacker, in his 3rd year out of San Jose State, picks it off. And the Vikings, on back-to-back drives, get a pick. Peyton Hicks has thrown 2 picks in a row on back-to-back drives. And now the Vikings will have it at the New Orleans 35-yard line, tied at 7. Dion Dial, the linebacker, with the interception. That's got to make Evil Dead happy. His Vikings can take the lead. That's his favorite team, Evil Dead, Minnesota. I don't know why. He lives in New York, but he likes Minnesota. That's okay. I live in Nashville, and I hate the Titans. Go figure. I've never liked them. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Vikings come out in the I formation. Bickford under center. Bickford hands off to Lambos. And Lambos gets a yard to the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. On the tackle, number 52, Austin Winter, the former Bill. In his 8th year out of Iowa. He spent 7 years with Buffalo, now in his 1st year with the Saints. It's okay to like the Vikings. I'm just wondering what your reasoning was. I know you're a Jets fan too. Bickford to Lambos. Lambos escapes inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. The Saints had him in the backfield, but he escaped. He gains 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 26. The all-world running back, Anthony Lambos. 3rd year back out of Coastal Carolina. Under 3 minutes left now in the 1st quarter. We're tied at 7. Vikings come out. He ate his Wheaties today. Bickford under center. Bickford to Lambos. He gets hit in the backfield. A loss of a yard. Back to the 27. Making the hit, number 22, Logan Johnson, the 4th-year defensive back out of Wyoming. Came up on the quarter blitz and gets Lambos. It'll be 4th down. And the Vikings will have to kick a field goal. He came in unblocked on the outside. Logan Johnson. This will be a 44-yard attempt by Tom Davidson to give the Vikings the lead. There's the snap. Kick is up. Looks good. Is good. Vikings take the lead, 10-7. Capitalizing on back-to-back turnovers by the Saints. Getting points every time. Vikings up 10-7. 2:12 left to play here in the 1st quarter. The final game of Week 7, our Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Let's see if the Saints can have a drive without throwing a pick. Davison will kick off. Fielded by Jefferson 2 yards deep over the 15, 20. Tim Jefferson brings it out to the 22-yard line. 2:08 left here in the 1st quarter. It's been a long 1st quarter. Peyton Hicks will come back out. He's had a rough 1st quarter. He's thrown 2 picks. Saints will start from their own 22-yard line, down by 3, with 2:08 left in the first. They come out in the offset eye. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder, gets hit in the backfield. The Vikings are right there. A 3-yard loss. Ray Edwards leading the charge, the 12th year defensive end out of Purdue. And that'll bring up 2nd and 13. We've had a decent crowd all night tonight. I appreciate it. I know it's late on the East Coast, but we have a good crowd. It's not late on the West Coast, though. It's 8:44 out west. Hicks under center on 2nd and 13. Hands off to Wilder. Wilder, a big gain all the way out to the 36-yard line. 17 yards for James Wilder, the second year back out of Tennessee. First down, New Orleans. 1:25 and counting here in the first quarter. In the rain in Minneapolis. Saints come out, 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks fakes the handoff inside, throws downfield to Hawks. Logan Hawks all the way out to the 46-yard line. An 18-yard reception by Logan Hawks, the 5th-year receiver out of Syracuse. First down, Narlands, as they say here in the South. Nolans. I know somebody who's from New Orleans that moved here recently, and he says Nolans all the time. He says Nolans. First and 10 from the 46. Hicks hands off to Wilder, and Wilder out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Ty Martin on the tackle, number 55. The second-year linebacker out of Tennessee. This might be the last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 44-yard line in Minnesota. The Saints in the offset eye. Hicks hands off to Wilder, trying to get outside, and Wilder is going to be hemmed in and brought down at the 45-yard line. And that will end the first quarter. Minnesota's up 10-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, brought to you by Snickers, Evil Dead's favorite candy bar. What's up, Davis? There I go again. I've been known to go there. 3rd and 9 for the Saints from their own 45-yard line as we start the second quarter. Minnesota's up 10-7. The 5-1 Saints, the 1-5 Vikings. Our Week 7 Monday night game to wrap up the week. 5 receivers wide, Hicks in the gun. Hicks back. Throws downfield. It's knocked away, incomplete. Ty Martin knocks it away. The linebacker. It'll be 4th down, and the Saints are going to have to punt. Logan Hawks, the intended receiver. Ty Martin knocks it away. It'll be 4th down. And Adrian Murphy, the rookie out of the University of Washington. No, they're going to try a field goal? Are you kidding me? 63 yards by Marcus Young. That's Tom Dempsey range. The kick is up. And unlike Dempsey, he doesn't make it. Dempsey may have been a Saint, but Young is not that Saint. Why do you try? It was actually a 62-yarder. Why do they try that? I don't understand that. Now the Vikings are going to get great field position. They'll be in Saint territory at the 48-yard line. I was already talking about the punter. I thought they were going to punt. Interesting. Let's see if the Vikings can capitalize off the great field position. They'll have it at the 48-yard line. Minnesota up 10-7. If the Saints lose, they'll be tied with the Falcons for first place in the NFC West at 5-2. Three receivers to the near side. Kevin Bickford, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Bickford back. Throws downfield. It's caught by North. And James North down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 11. First down, Vikings. North is the 9th-year receiver out of Florida. First down, Vikings. When I was in the Army, my drill sergeant's last name was North. True story. First and 10 from the 37-yard line. Four receivers wide for the Vikings. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Lambos. Lambos inside the 30. Lambos down to the 27-yard line. He's out to 40 yards rushing tonight so far. A gain of 9. It'll be second and inches. Nice run by Lambos. Gene Atkins on the tackle with Robert Saxon, number 20. Atkins in his 9th year out of Ohio State. And Saxon in his 10th year out of Indiana. It'll be second and inches. Vikings come out in the eye. Bickford hands off to Lambos. And Lambos has the first down. A 1-yard gain to the 26-yard line. First down, Minnesota. I'm Jimmy Jam. I got Sports Davis and Evil Dead, my moderators in the room. Bring you the game tonight. We're about 10 minutes from midnight on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, thanks for hanging with me. Our midnight special game. First and 10 Vikings from the 26-yard line. Bickford under center. Smith in motion. Bickford to Lambos. And Lambos, well, he gets 4 yards out to the 22-yard line. Be second and 6. Making the tackle, number 95, Bryce Barnett, the 6th-year defensive tackle out of Illinois. Davis is here. He's checked in. Second and 6 from the 22-yard line. Bickford, play action. Rolls out. Bickford throws to the end zone, and North is out of bounds. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Oh, where does he live? He lives in the Phoenix, Arizona area. He lives out in Phoenix. Third and 6 from the 22-yard line. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back, throws, and gets it out to Underwood. He holds on at the 9-yard line. A gain of 13 yards to Lawson Underwood, the 5th-year tight end out of Iowa. It'll be first and goal, Minnesota, at the New Orleans 9-yard line. Clements made the tackle, number 25. Benjamin Clements, the rookie out of Texas for the Saints. First and goal, Vikings at the 9-yard line. They can take a 2-score lead here. Bickford in the I formation. Bickford hands off to Hinson this time. And Kyle Hinson, the 6th-year back out of Ole Miss, gets 3 yards to the 6-yard line. It'll be second and goal. We're coming up on 5 minutes left in the first half. Vikings up 10-7. The Vikings come out in the offset eye. Bickford under center. Bickford, three-step drop, looks to the end zone. He's going to get sacked back at the 10-yard line. A loss of 4 yards on the sack. Franklin Belt, the 9th-year defensive end out of Hawaii, makes the sack. The Vikings are trying to end a 5-game losing streak. They're 1-5. The Saints are 5-1, trying to stay atop the NFC West. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Vikings come out, 4 receivers wide, Bickford in the gun. Bickford back, looks to the end zone, rolls out, he's going to be thrown down by Belt. Back-to-back sacks by Franklin Belt. A 7-yard loss that time. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal. And Minnesota's going to have to kick a field goal. It'll keep it a 1-score game, too. As Franklin Belt throws Bickford to the turf. Coming up on 4 minutes left now in the first half. Tom Davidson will come out. This will be a 34-yard attempt to put the Vikings up by 6. Williams to hold. The kick is up. And it's good. Vikings lead it 13-7. 3:52 left to play here in the first half. Live from TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7, our Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Next week, the Vikings will play at Pittsburgh. And New Orleans next week will play at Chicago in Week 8. Davidson will kick off. This will be fielded by Miles at the 9-yard line over the 25, and he gets out to the 29-yard line. That's Jim Miles, the rookie out of Fresno State. Vikings up 13-7. 3:48 left here in the first half. And the Saints, with 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning coming up, have plenty of time. 3:48 on the clock. They'll start from their own 29-yard line. I've got Evil Dead, my moderator, and Sports Davis, my moderator, in here. Feel free to chat. You don't have to just watch if you don't want to. We welcome chats in this room. 1st and 10 from the 28. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder. And Wilder a yard out to the 30-yard line. 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. On the tackle, number 93, Richard Seymour, in his 15th year out of Oklahoma State. 3.5 minutes left now in the first half. On 2nd and 9, 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks will drop back. Throws downfield to Ward. Down to the 40-yard line. Bobby Ward, the tight end, in his 13th year out of Tennessee. 10 yards and a Saint first down. Making the tackle was number 31, Rashard Jones, in his 8th year out of Georgia, the safety. Bobby Ward, he's been around a while, in his 13th year, all 13 with New Orleans. 1st and 10 for the Saints from the 40-yard line. Saints in the offset eye. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder, and Wilder gets out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ty Martin on the tackle, number 55. Ty Martin was the Vikings' first-round draft pick last season. .248. I think we had injury timeout on the play. 2:48 left. We'll be off tomorrow. I have high school football on the radio tomorrow, so I'll be off tomorrow. And also Saturday afternoon. I should be back Saturday night about 9 Eastern. We'll have the Redskins and the Lions to start Week 8. Hicks in the shotgun on 2nd and 7. Hicks to Wilder up the middle, and Wilder across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 8 yards and a Saint first down. James Wilder, he's an interesting story. He was on the practice squad during preseason last season. He got cut right before the season started. And then when Alvin Kamara tore up his knee, in Week 7 they brought Wilder back, and he's been the starting running back ever since. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks, play action. Rolls out. He's going to take off, and he gets nailed, and it's a fumble, and the Vikings come up with it. Hicks took a shot on the sideline, and Ray Edwards came up with it. Actually, it was Kendall Rawlings that came up with it, number 97 for the Vikings. Who made the shot? It was Rawlings, and then he picks up the fumble. Hicks took a shot. Watch this. Bang. I probably would have fumbled it too. So the Vikings now with a chance to go up by 2 scores before halftime. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 48-yard line. They're up 13-7 already. 2:08 left here in the first half. We'll have the 2-minute warning after this play, in all likelihood. First and 10 from the Saint 48. Bickford under center. In the offset eye. Bickford hands off to Lambos around the outside. Lambos down the sideline, a big gain, all the way down to the 31-yard line. And that's the 2-minute warning here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7, our Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. The Vikings lead the Saints 13-7 here at the 2-minute warning in the first half. 1st and 10 Vikings from the New Orleans 31-yard line. The Vikings with a chance to go up by 2 scores. Try to take advantage of the turnover. Bickford in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Lambos, a draw play. Lambos, another big gain, down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 10 yards, first down Minnesota. And Lambos has 72 yards rushing in the first half. Lambos has not had a 100-yard rushing game since Week 1, when the Vikings last won. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Bickford in the gun. 1:30 and counting. Bickford back. Throws across the middle to Lambos. And Lambos inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. A gain of 12 yards and a Viking first down. He's a good receiver out of the backfield. He's kind of an all-purpose back. That's why they like him a lot. That's why he was the first-round draft pick 3 seasons ago. Clock is running. 1:12 and counting. 1st and goal for Minnesota at the New Orleans 9. They're up 13-7. He's so damn good. Bickford in the gun. He's got Monterey in motion. Bickford looks to the end zone, throws underneath the Monterey. Just a 3-yard gain to the 6-yard line. The Vikings take a timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. It is past midnight on the East Coast. Our midnight special game here today. All those on the East Coast watching, I appreciate you hanging with me. I know it's late, but we wanted to finish up Week 7 tonight, so I appreciate it. If you're on the West Coast, don't worry about it. It's still early for you. It's 11:03 for me here in Nashville. 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Four receivers wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford looks downfield, and he's going to get sacked back at the 9-yard line. Wayne Martin on the sack for New Orleans. The Vikings take a timeout. Wayne Martin in his 7th year out of California, number 70. And that's going to be a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and goal. The last time the Vikings had a goal-to-goal situation, the Saints held on and forced a field goal. They're trying to do it again. 47 seconds left in the first half. We have a lot of people watching. I wonder how many people watching right now are out west. If you're out west, let me know in the chat room. I'd be curious. Just say you're out west. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Bickford under center. Bickford drops back. Looks to the end zone. Throws. It's intercepted by Robert Saxon. So the Vikings come up empty. The Saints get a big turnover in the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The 10th-year defensive back out of Indiana, Robert Saxon, makes the pick. And the Vikings come up empty on that drive. And it's still a 13-7 lead. So the Saints, they have 42 seconds to work with. They'll start from their own 20-yard line. In the rain here in Minneapolis. Yeah, I know you. Well, you're in New York. You're in New York City there, Evil Dead. Just north of the city, I know that. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. 4 receivers wide. Hicks throws downfield to Jefferson. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Tim Jefferson, a 10-yard gain. First down, Saints. The 3rd-year receiver out of Ohio State. And that'll stop the clock with 37 seconds left. New Orleans still has 3 timeouts. They might be able to get the field goal range before halftime and make the score closer here. Vikings up 13-7. 4 receivers spread wide. Hicks under center. Hicks drops back, throws, gets it out to Hawks, and he can't hold on. Broken up by number 31, Rashard Jones. Nice defensive play by Jones. The 8th-year free safety out of Georgia. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 33 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks drops back, throws inside to Ward, and Bobby Ward no gain. And the Saints take a timeout with 29 seconds left. The Vikings are right there to make the stop. Actually lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11. .29 seconds left until halftime. Vikings up 13-7. The 5-1 Saints, the 1-5 Vikings. Vikings trying to end a 5-game losing streak and get the upset. It'll be 3rd and 11. In the offset eye, Hicks hands off to Wilder, and Wilder plows forward down to the 34-yard line. Minnesota's going to take a timeout. They've forced a 4th down. They want to get the ball back. Just a gain of 5 by Wilder. It'll be 4th and 6. 25 seconds until halftime. Adrian Murphy, the rookie out of the University of Washington, is the punter for the Saints. Number 19, Bickford warming up on the sideline. Murphy back to punt, gets the punt away. This will go into the end zone, touchback. The Vikings will have it at the 20-yard line with 18 seconds left here in the first half. Let's see if the Vikings, let's see if they run a play or if they just take a knee and go to half. They might just take a knee and go to half. They have it at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's see what they do. Nope, they're going to run a play. They're coming out with Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Lambos, and Lambos gets out to the 24-yard line. He's at 76 yards rushing. And they're going to let the clock run out. We've hit halftime. Your halftime score, Minnesota 13, New Orleans 7, here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the rain. Week 7, our Monday night game to wrap up the week. The Vikings lead the Saints 13-7 as we start the third quarter. The Saints currently in first place in the NFC West at 5-1. The Vikings at 1-5. They've lost 5 in a row, trying to end a 5-game losing streak. Minnesota will get the ball first. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Simmons, he'll down it. It'll be a touchback, and the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. I'm Jimmy Jam. I got Evil Dead and Sports Davis in the room. Bring you the game tonight. Past midnight out east. They're all hanging with me out east. I love it. Watch this game go into like double overtime and end at like 1:30 in the morning or something like that. Like that Jet Dolphin game years ago. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Lambos. He gets hit and brought down by Franklin Belt in the backfield. A loss of 3 yards. Franklin Belt, the 9th-year defensive end out of Hawaii, a 3-yard loss. He says, "Hello, my name is Franklin Belt." Bang. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 back at the 22-yard line. Saints trying to get back in this game. They've not really played well except for that one touchdown. Bickford under center. Bickford drops back. Throws outside to Lambos down the sideline. Makes a nice move. Fakes somebody out of their shoes down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 12 yards will be 3rd and inches. He faked out Robert Saxon out of his shoes on that play. Made him whiff. It'll be 3rd and inches from the 35-yard line. Big 3rd down right here. Vikings come out. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Lambos. He's got the 1st down. Out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 3. 1st down, Vikings. Lambos at 76 yards rushing. Needs 24 more for 100. When Lambos gets 100 yards rushing or more, the Vikings tend to win. But in their 5 losses, he's been held under 100 yards. 1st and 10 from the 38. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford to Lambos. Lambos, another nice gain across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. He just needs 11 more for 100 yards. First down, Minnesota at the New Orleans 49-yard line. Vikings on the move, up by 6. Bickford under center on 1st and 10. Bickford to Lambos again. Lambos just bulldozing his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Lambos just needs 4 more yards for 100. He's at 96. .5:45 and counting. Here in the third quarter. 2nd and 3 for the Vikings at the New Orleans 42-yard line. 4 receivers spread wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford to Henson this time. Kyle Henson. And he gets 4 yards to the 38 and another Viking first down. Kyle Henson in his 6th year out of Ole Miss, the backup. First down, Minnesota. This is our 3rd game today. 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the 38. I'll tell you about the other 2 games in a second. Bickford under center. Bickford. Play action. Watch out. Throws deep. And it's incomplete. It was broken up by Michael Morris, the linebacker, number 51, in his 3rd year out of Oregon. The receiver was double covered. The intended receiver was Monterey, number 81. Fetty T.Y. This game still looks good, and that's crazy. This game looks better than 20 through 23. It really does. The graphics are better. And it plays better, which is why I still use it. 2nd and 10 from the 38. Bickford back. Throws deep. It's intercepted by Morris. And the Saints get it right back. The 3rd-year linebacker out of Oregon, Michael Morris, intercepts the pass. And just when you thought the Vikings were going to take a 2-score lead, they come up empty again. And the Saints defense comes up big. Good to see you there, Fetty T.Y. I'm just going to call you Fetty T. Or Fetty. How about it? I'll call you Fetty. How's that? How do I pronounce your name? Well, however you pronounce it, welcome in. Glad you're here. 4:56 left here in the 3rd quarter. The Vikings up by 6. And the Saints now will get it back. Fetty Ty, all right. That'll work. Peyton Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder, and Wilder gets 3 yards out to the 33-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Appreciate it, Fetty Ty. Where are you from, Fetty Ty? What part of the States? I'm in Nashville. Evil Dead's in New York City. And Sports Davis, my other moderators, out in Phoenix. I always like to find out where people are from. 2nd and 7. Hicks back. Throws. Gets it out to Wilder. Out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 6 will be 3rd and 4. You're from Florida. I was born in Miami. Did you get spared by the hurricane? What part of Florida are you in? or did the Hurricanes sweep by you? Are you in the area where Ian came through? 3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line. Hicks back. Throws downfield to McAllister. Out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 13 yards and a Saint first down. Jared McAllister, his first catch. The third-year receiver out of Colorado. First down, Saints. What part of Florida, Fetty Ty? I was born in Miami. I went to high school in Miami. Jacksonville. All right. Well, that hurricane is right off the coast then, where you're at. 1st and 10. It's a hurricane again in the Atlantic. Hicks in the eye. Hands off, no. Play action, looking, throws, gets it out to, it's intercepted by Bell. The Vikings get it right back. Jeremy Bell, the third-year defensive back out of Alabama, picks it off for Minnesota. And the Vikings get it right back. That is Hicks's third interception of the game. Peyton Hicks has thrown 3 picks for the Saints tonight. Jeremy Bell picks it off for Minnesota. And the Vikings will get it right back. And they'll start from their own 42-yard line. Still up 13-7. 3:26 left to play here in the third quarter. This game is going back and forth, but no one's scoring. Our Week 7 Monday night game to wrap up the week. We'll start Week 8 on Saturday at 9 Eastern with the Redskins and the Lions. Bickford on first down pitches to Lambos around the outside, and Lambos is out of bounds at the 50-yard line. He goes over 100. An 8-yard gain for Lambos. He's over 100 yards for the first time since Week 1 against the Bears. And most often, when Lambos gets 100 yards or more, the Vikings win. Just about every time. 2nd and 3 for Minnesota at the 50-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford back. Throws downfield. It's caught by Black. A flag is down. Brian Black all the way down to the 28-yard line. Let's sort out the flag, though. Oh, my goodness. That one's coming back. Devin Blanchard, the left guard, guilty of holding. And it'll be 2nd and 13 back at the 40-yard line. That negates a nice catch by Brian Black, the 6th-year receiver out of Oklahoma State. 2nd and 13 for the Vikings back at the 40-yard line. Lambos is a beast. Yes, he is. In the I formation. Bickford to Lambos again, and Lambos, he's going to lose 2 yards. Back to the 38-yard line. Well, they say just a yard. It'll be 3rd and 14. Austin Winter made the tackle, the linebacker. So Lambos now at 102 yards. He lost a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 14 for Minnesota. It's been a sloppy game. There's been a lot of turnovers by both sides. 3rd and 14 at the 38-yard line. Bickford in the gun. Bickford back, looking, throws downfield, and it's broken up. Michael Morris and Robert Saxon were both right there for New Orleans. Monterey, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th and 14, and the Vikings are going to have to punt. It remains a 13-7 game. Guy sucks. Robert Saxon got his hands on it first. The 10th-year defensive end or defensive back out of Indiana. Zach Young back to punt, gets the punt away. It's going to be fair caught. Oh, he fumbled it. Oh, he caught it. Jim Miles nearly bobbled the fair catch. That should have been a penalty. We're seeing some highlights. They interfered with his fair catch and they didn't call it. Oh well. 1st and 10 New Orleans from the 19-yard line. Vikings still up 13-7. 2:18 left here in the third quarter of our Week 7 Monday night game to wrap up the week. The 5-1 Saints, the 1-5 Vikings. Well after midnight on the East Coast. 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks back. Rolls out. Throws downfield to Hawks. Out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. First down, New Orleans. Logan Hawks on the catch. The Saints, they can take the lead on this drive if they can get a touchdown. If Hicks can stop throwing interceptions, he's thrown 3 today. Under 2 minutes left now in the third. Four receivers set wide. Hicks hands off to Wilder, and James Wilder makes his way out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Make it a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Jeremy Bell on the tackle. 1:30 left. Third quarter clock is winding down. 2nd and 5 for the Saints at the 40-yard line. Hicks under center. Hicks drops back. Throws outside to McAllister. Tackled by Bell. Does he have the first down? Yes. Just enough. A gain of 5. First down, Saints. We're coming up on the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. Jared McAllister, the third-year receiver out of Colorado. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Saints. 3 receivers to the near side. Hicks in the gun. Hicks fakes the handoff. Throws outside to Jefferson, who gets hit right away. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. Jeremy Bell came up and made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 12. 38 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. On a cold, rainy night in Minneapolis. At least it's not snowing, right? Week 7, that puts us in October. It doesn't snow until like late November. Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Wilder up the middle, and Wilder out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Wayne Hull on the tackle in his 14th year out of Idaho. And that may be it for the third quarter. At the end of 3, Vikings lead at 13-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7, our Monday night game to wrap up the week, the Vikings and the Saints. We go to the fourth quarter. Minnesota trying to score the upset. They lead at 13-7. The Vikings trying to end a 5-game losing streak. 3rd and 9 for the Saints at their own 47. 4 receivers set wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks fakes the handoff. Throws downfield. It bounces around. Incomplete. Logan Hawks, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th and 9. The Saints are going to have to punt again. Adrian Murphy will go back to punt, the rookie punter out of Washington. Murphy bobbles it, and it's blocked. The Vikings block it. It's picked up by Sheed. And Minnesota's going to have great field position on the block punt at the St. 32-yard line. Jones, Rashard Jones blocks the punt, the free safety. And Sheed comes up with it. Kason Sheed. 1st and 10 Vikings at the St. 32-yard line. An opportunity now for the Vikings to take a 2-score lead. Things are just not going the Saints' way tonight. I'm telling you, anytime Lambos goes over 100, the Vikings seem to win. Every time. 5 turnovers for the Saints tonight. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Bickford under center. Bickford hands off to Lambos, and Lambos makes his way down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and 5. Austin Winter on the tackle, number 52. 7.5 minutes left. The Saints desperately need a stop. They don't want to get down by 2 scores. 4 receivers wide, 3 to the near side. Bickford back. Bickford throws a screen pass to Lambos, who gets out to the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. We're coming up on the 7-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings at the New Orleans 23-yard line. I never got to recap the other 2 games. I will right after this. Bickford under center. Bickford to Lambos again. He's got the first down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 and a Viking first down. Again, this is our 3rd game tonight. In the first game, Miami beat San Francisco 22-10. And in the second game, the Jets killed the Patriots 38-13. So the Jets now lead the AFC East with a 5-2 record. This is our 3rd game tonight. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Vikings in the I formation. Bickford hands off to Lambos up the middle, and Lambos makes his way down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. In this drive, eating up time, Andrew Moore, the rookie linebacker out of Nevada, made the tackle for New Orleans. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark. Minnesota from the 11-yard line. Bickford under center. Bickford to Lambos around the outside, inside the 10. Touchdown! Minnesota, an 11-yard touchdown run by Anthony Lambos. And the Vikings go up by 2 scores, 19-7. An 11-yard touchdown run by Anthony Lambos. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And now the Vikings will go for 2 to try to make it a 14-point game. They're in the offset I. Bickford to Lambos, and the 2-point conversion's good. He just willed his way into the end zone. The Vikings go up by 14, 21-7. I mean, he just plowed forward. He would not be denied on that 2-point conversion play. Let's watch the replay. Just pushing his way through. He's a beast. So the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns with 5:51 left. Tom Davidson will kick off for Minnesota. There's still time for New Orleans to come back, but they have to do it quickly. There's the kick. This will be fielded by Miles in the end zone. He'll down it. Jim Miles. It'll be 1st and 10 New Orleans at the 25-yard line. We're live from TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7, our Monday night game to wrap up the week here at Jammin' Sports. The 5-1 Saints, the 1-5 Vikings. Can the Saints mount a comeback? First and 10 for the 25. They set 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks back, throws outside to Wilder. Wilder very close to the first down, out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 and be 2nd and inches. Clock is running. 5:36 and counting. New Orleans down by 2 touchdowns. They got to get a move on here. On 2nd down from the 35-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks will drop back. Throws downfield to Jefferson. A 2-yard gain. It'll be a 1st down. Tim Jefferson, the 3rd-year receiver out of Ohio State. 1st down, Saints. If you're New Orleans, though, you got to get the ball downfield. You don't have a whole lot of time. You need 2 touchdowns. We're coming up on the 5-minute mark. You need big chunks of yardage. 4 receivers wide again. Hicks in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Hicks back to throw. Dumps it off to Ward underneath, and he dropped it. Incomplete. Broken up by Dion Dial, the linebacker, number 59. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Saints. That'll stop the clock with 4:49 left here in the 4th quarter. Saints will come out again with 4 receivers wide on 2nd and 10. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks back. Hicks throws and incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. He overthrew his receiver on the sideline. He was trying to get it to Tim Jefferson. Incomplete. Slim's in the house. Good to see you, Slim. Welcome on in. 5 receivers wide on 3rd and 10. Hicks back to throw. Hicks rolls out. Throws downfield. It's caught by Chesney at the 33-yard line. Philip Chesney, the 4th-year receiver out of Rice, 29 yards and a Saint 1st down. Down to the Minnesota 33-yard line. The Saints trying to mount a comeback. They're down by 14 here in the 4th quarter. A diving catch by Philip Chesney. 1st down, Saints. They have to score quickly here. They're running out of time. They got to have time for the 2nd touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 33. 4 receivers wide again. Hicks in the gun. Hicks looking, throws, gets it out to Chesney again inside the 20. Well, they'll mark him down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Saints. He's a big receiver. He's actually a tight end in his 4th year out of Rice. First down, New Orleans. Trying to make it a 1-score game. He's kind of holding that ball out there precariously. You might want to tuck that in. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Saints come out in the I formation. Hicks. Play action. Throws downfield. Ward, touchdown, New Orleans. A 20-yard touchdown reception by the big tight end, Bobby Ward. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game. A nice drive by New Orleans. Capped off by a 20-yard touchdown catch by Bobby Ward, the 13th year tight end out of Tennessee. 3:37 left. They have time to get a stop and get the ball back. Marcus Young for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. The Saints admitted a one-touchdown game. Vikings up 21-14. 3:37 left. We're in the fourth quarter. Live from TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 7. Our Monday night game to wrap up the week here at Jammin' Sports. All right, if you're Minnesota, you want to eat up as much time as you can and get another score. If you're New Orleans, you want to try to force a 3 and out and get the ball back. We've got ourselves a ball game now, boys. A one-score game. Young will kick off. Fielded by Simmons at the 11, over the 30. A nice return by Jarvis Simmons out to the 35-yard line. The third-year receiver out of Tennessee. 3:33 left. We're in the fourth quarter. Vikings up 21-14. Vikings trying to end a 5-game losing streak. The Saints trying to remain in first place in the NFC West. If the Saints lose, they'll be tied with Atlanta at 5-2. First and 10 from the 35. Bickford under center. Bickford hands off to Lambos, and Lambos gets 4 yards out to the 39-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. .320 and counting. Second down for the Vikings at their own 39. Under 3 minutes to play now. 4 receivers wide. It's a passing formation. Bickford back. Looking, throws, dumps it off, incomplete. They just did the Saints a favor there by throwing a pass incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 2:47 left. It'll be 3rd and 6. Big third down. You don't want to let the Saints back in it. 4 receivers wide. Bickford in the gun. A big third down for both teams. Bickford back. He gets sacked by Wayne Martin back at the 33-yard line. The 7th-year defensive end out of California, Wayne Martin. A loss of 6 yards. It'll be 4th down, and the Vikings are going to have to punt. The Saints are going to get it back, down by a touchdown. The Saints are still in it. Minnesota will wind the clock down as far as they can go. And now Young will get the punt away. It'll be fair caught. It's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. New Orleans will get it at their own 20-yard line with 2:06 left. The 2-minute warning coming up, and they have 3 timeouts. Peyton Hicks comes back out, trying to overcome the 3 interceptions from earlier. They've been doing it all year, Evil Dead. Are they going to blow another one? Every single time. 1st and 10 Saints from the 20-yard line. We'll have the 2-minute warning after this. Hicks looking, steps up, gives it out to Wilder, and Wilder out to the 32-yard line. And that's the 2-minute warning here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to TCF Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 7 here at Jammin' Sports. The Vikings and the Saints, our Monday night game. The Vikings lead at 21-14. The Saints down by a touchdown with 3 timeouts. 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks back, throws underneath. Incomplete. I don't think Jefferson saw it. Incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock with 1:56 left. It'll be 2nd and 10. Can the Vikings hold on and end this losing streak? 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun on 2nd and 10. Hicks will drop back. Throws outside to Jefferson. He's got the first down and he's out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A gain of 11. First down, Saints. That'll stop the clock with 1:52 left. This one going down to the wire. Overtime is not out of the question. It's 12:44 in the East. We're coming up on 1 in the morning. I hope we don't have overtime. It's coming up on midnight for me. 1st and 10 from the 43. 5 receivers wide. Hicks, empty backfield. Takes the snap. Throws outside to Wilder. And he drops it incomplete. Broken up by Rashard Jones, number 31. It'll be 2nd and 10. 1:47 left. The Saints at their own 43-yard line. The Saints have to go 57 more yards. They still have 3 timeouts. 4 receivers wide. Hicks in the gun. Hicks drops back. Throws outside to Hawks. And Hawks gets out to the 47-yard line. And New Orleans takes a timeout. Just a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. They have 2 timeouts left. 1:41 left on the clock. Here in the rain in Minneapolis. We've seen the Vikings blow leads several times this season. Most famously to Cleveland back in week 3, I believe that was. Third and 6 from the 47-yard line. Big 3rd down for the Saints. They're in 4-down territory though. Hicks under center. Hicks, 3-step drop. Looking, scrambles, throws. It's intercepted by Dion Dial. The Vikings get it back. And Dial his 2nd interception. And that is the 4th thrown interception by Hicks. Yep, the Detroit game. I was just thinking about that. The Vikings get it back. But here's the thing. The Saints still have 3 timeouts. If they can force a punt, the Saints can get it back. But what a play by Dion Dial. The Vikings are going to have to get at least a first down to put this one away. That is 4 interceptions that Peyton Hicks has thrown today. 4 interceptions. 2 were thrown to Dial. That's his 2nd interception. 6 total turnovers by New Orleans. Hard to win a game that way. Bickford under center. Bickford to Lambos. And Lambos gets out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Saints take a timeout. If the Vikings get a first down, it's over. I lost track of Lambos' rushing yards, but he's got to be over 150 by now. 6 turnovers by New Orleans in this game. 2 fumbles and 4 interceptions. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. 1:31 left. New Orleans down to their final timeout. Yep, just 1 timeout. You're right. I got ahead of myself. Bickford under center. Bickford to Lambos. Lambos very close down to the 41. It'll be 3rd and 1. The Saints take their last timeout. It'll be 3rd and 1. The Saints can still force a punt and then get the ball back with about 30 seconds, maybe 20 to 30 seconds left. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings at the New Orleans 41. They can put it away right here with a first down and end their 5-game losing streak. Vikings have played a good game tonight. On 3rd down, Bickford under center. Give it to Lambos. They do. First down, Vikings down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 5. The Saints are out of timeouts. A couple more snaps and that'll do it. And the Vikings are going to go to 2-5. And the Saints are going to drop to 5-2. The Saints will drop into a tie for first place in the NFC West with the Falcons, who are also 5-2. Atlanta's been coming on recently. Actually, yeah, they'll have to snap it one more time after this. In the victory formation, Bickford takes a knee. One more snap, and we're done. As we're closing in on 1 in the morning in the East, I appreciate everybody hanging with me tonight for 3 games, especially you, Evil Dead. I know you have to get up in the morning. This will be the last snap of the game. Takes a knee, and your final score: Minnesota 21, New Orleans 14. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you Saturday night at 9 Eastern for the Redskins and the Lions. Good night, everybody.